Hey everybody, it's Jason Blaha here. Now that my two obligatory informative videos are done for the day, it's time to talk about current events in the online fitness community. And yes, this is going to come out later than a lot of people wanted because I had both of these events happen. Both of them happened from Kinobody, aka the Bruce Wayne of the fitness industry. And of course, I'm the bane of the fitness industry. Oh, speak of the devil, and he shall appear. Sorry, that one's going to be shorter than what you normally get. But, guys, here's the thing. Here's the thing. A lot of people said, we want you to cover both of these, like they wanted two separate videos, but I already had, just when this happened, I had a current events Kinobody video about to come out. I don't want to hit the same guy 2 or 3 days in a row. We don't want to do that. We need to keep this stuff mixed up. So I'm going to combine both of these into one video, and yes, it's going to come out in a couple days. I'm filming it now, but it's going to come out in a couple days because I don't want to lump all the Kinobody stuff together. There's other stuff going on besides Greg. But he did do 2 feats of strength with his training. So let me put on my +5 out of weaponsmithing. Work on skilling up my crafting a little bit, and let's talk about this. You know, you guys know me. I give credit where credit is due. When Greg has done good, I've applauded him, like his overhead pressing stuff, right? I have given legitimate props for that. I have given legit props and straight up said, good job, bro. That's good shit. Giving him credit there. Now, Greg has come back and forth with stuff, and of course, he'll come to the comments. And we actually have some back and forth and banter, but I don't think we actually hate each other. I don't get that impression. And I actually don't. And I've challenged Greg in the past to get to like a 400 squat and a 500-pound deadlift so that he wouldn't be weak. And I've challenged him, and it looks like he's actually accepting that challenge. And here's the thing, guys. I didn't issue those challenges to be a dick. I actually want him to do them. Like, I'm actually pulling for the guy. I want him to be successful with those numbers because it would be good given the outreach that he has. He's got a big outreach, and he is at least promoting. He's promoting sustainable fitness lifestyles, and he is promoting people do big, heavy lifts, and he is promoting the idea that size equals strength, which is true. When you're not blasting gear, size does equal strength. Right? That is true. Provably true. Study after study after study. No expert disagrees with it. Only drugs and sight enhancement have skewed those concepts. So he's right. And so if he can get more of his audience following in his footsteps, doing squats and deadlifts and things, that's good. So I actually have a vested interest in seeing him succeed. Like, it actually benefits my goals for him to be successful. So I want people to understand that when I give advice here, I want to see this guy pull this off. And so I'm going to give criticism when it needs to be given. So since I'm going to give a lot of criticism on the bench press one, we're going to do it first. I'm going to flip in here his combine test. All right, no, that was 2 reps. That was 2. 2. Now, if you say that you're going to do the combine test, that means you have to follow the combine test rules. Now, I saw a bunch of people commenting, oh, well, what he did is even harder. Bullshit. Doing partial reps is not harder. Constant tension is bullshit. It's stupid. It's druggy bodybuilder nonsense. It's bullshit. Even if it was harder, the fact of the matter is, if you go do something that is a competitive thing, right? The combine test is a competition. It has rules. Even if what you do is harder, but it breaks the rules, you don't get credit for it. Sorry, guys, there's going to be some background noise. It's part and parcel to living in a big city. But per the rules of the name of the contest that he entered, he got 2 reps. Not saying he probably isn't capable of 20 plus. Not saying he isn't. He probably is. Based upon his other rep work on the bench, he very likely is capable. I would lose those silly looking bumper plates though. Use real plates next time. If you really want it to count, go use real plates, something that we can validate to some extent. Use real plates, bro. You can afford them. Use real plates and follow the actual rules of the name of the challenge that you entered. Because as it stands, assuming the plates are good, and I don't know, man, they're goofy bumper plates. Bumper plates are notorious for being off. They also are very easy to modify. Assuming the plates are real, he got 2 reps. He got 2 reps. And I mean, that's the rules, guys. Just like when I'm at a powerlifting meet and I'm holding that buzzer, you know, I've had to red light record deadlifts. I have had to actually red light a European record. A European record on the deadlift. I had to hit the red. And the guy lifted it. He lifted it completely off the floor. He didn't lock the top. He stopped like 2 inches short of a proper lockout and then held it and then set it down under control. But you know what? Even though the guy should have got the lift, according to the rules, I had to hit the button. And he didn't get credit. Both side judges hit the button. We both redded him. Why? Not that he wasn't capable, it's that he didn't follow the rules. The rules state you have to lock the deadlift. What more do you want? If you're going to enter a challenge or a contest, you've got to follow the rules for it to count. Welcome to sports. So, on the side, you had that. The squats. Actually, that was pretty good. Here's what I'm going to say, Greg. A couple of things. Number one, those squats were a little bit high. And again, you want your lift to count. You want to say, hey, I squat 400, which is what I challenge you to do. And I'm sure you'll get there. You're going to have to hit depth. Don't be showing up in black blue jeans where you can hide your hip depth. Those reps, most of them, if not all of them, were a little bit short. They were a little bit high. Get your camera angle down. Put something onto where we can see the depth. They were high, and that's a problem if you want to count your lifts. If you want to see, hey, this is what I can lift, remove all doubt about it, right? Don't leave any ambiguity in people's minds. And if you're practicing with your rep work, if you're short stroking your rep work, what do you think is going to happen when you lift something heavy? I'm telling you as a lifter, as you're still learning the squat, you start short stroking your rep work. When you get something heavy, you're going to squat like 8 inches high. That's what's going to happen. That's just the reality of it. The other thing, number 2, let's talk about injury stuff. Number 1, get a damn shirt on. All right, get a shirt on, and possibly when you start having to go heavier, you might even need to chalk the back of your shirt. Do not put a barbell on your sweaty ass back when you're squatting. All right? Don't do it. Don't do it. I know you want it to look impressive, but are you trying to show off, or are you trying to get strong? Are you trying to get strong safely? All right? Don't get hurt. Don't get hurt. Don't throw a barbell on your sweaty ass bare back. Number 2, do not hump at the top. All right, guys, you have really strong backs who are real weak, get away with that shit. You, I believe, have a history of a back injury, right? You have a history of a back injury. You realize that rolling under at the top, you're losing your tightness, and that posterior pelvic tilt is putting extra shear stress on your lumbar. Like, do you want another back injury? So I'll say, Greg, do you want another back injury? Because if you do, keep doing that hump at the top. You're not benefiting yourself. You're not getting any glute loading or anything else. Like some people think, oh, I'm contracting my glute. No, you're not. There's not any load on your glutes at the top like that. You're not getting any benefit. All you are doing is losing your tightness, and you're going to end up potentially damaging your back. You're going to end up hurting your back, getting a herniated disc from it. Don't do it. Just don't. It's okay. All right, learn the proper lockout. Keep your hips in the correct position and don't let it roll under. Again, And I'm telling you also, someone, I had a back injury earlier this year, minor strain. I rehabbed it myself. I'm back to squatting. I'm just now back over 400. Right, I only recently went over 400 again, just within the last couple weeks, and I'm trying to get back to 500. You know, I've strained an erector, and I can tell you right now, I am very, very, very careful about things like posterior pelvic tilt as a result of that. And you've got a history of back injuries, watch that. Watch it. Be very, very careful, because I want to see him hit 400. I don't want him to get hurt before he reaches the goal. I want to see it happen. And I'm giving that advice because I don't want him to get injured before we reach the goal, and then when he starts telling people squats are dangerous, because they're not. All right, guys, but that's really all I have to say on that today. I hope it's been informative, and I will talk to you guys next time.